And thank you for joining us this evening. We're here for a quick campaign update. We'll talk a little bit about the EDD. There's no better word than disaster for that. And then we're going to discuss a little bit about mental health because we haven't talked about that in a while and we shouldn't have left it alone so long. So, first campaign update. We've got, 6 weeks to go? I think we're down to 6 weeks, 5, 6 weeks left. We've got $200 unspoken dollars in the kitty. So if you happen to have 5, 10, 20 bucks, we could use your help paying for social media messages. Social media spending and our advertisement, that's essentially what we do. We have two main types of outreach efforts. One is you talking to your neighbors and friends and family and people, just tell them to come look me up. And the second one is for me to come on social media, have a discussion, have talks, and occasionally pick a few of these to promote. And that's what we do, but we still need a little bit of your help if you can. We are not only doing that, we are teaming up with my friend and colleague Scott Schmidt to go do a little bit of literature dropping tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the area of 21st Avenue and 71st Street. That little park right there will be our meetup spot. We can go take some different streets and go drop off some literature. Please bring your mask or a face shield, depending upon your personal preferences. I think I have an extra face shield, but I doubt I have extra masks. So please be sure to bring one or the other if you want to come. And you can contact the Facebook page if you need some more information. And I believe that's it. But we cannot make an impact in this election without your help. Mostly what we need you to do is just tell people to look us up. That's all. We don't need you to sell anybody. We just need you to tell people to look us up. And we trust that our kindness, compassion, our willingness to be open-minded and have an open discussion will bring people our way. We are different than other candidates. We are not a normal political candidate. In many respects, we are the uncandidate. For those of us who are around my age, there used to be the uncola. We are the uncandidate. And there's no reason to hide from that. In this day and age, it is what's needed more than ever. So we're going off to EDD. The EDD is now not taking new applications for unemployment benefits because they need to catch up and reassess their processes. This does not surprise anybody. We've been pointing this out for as long as I can remember. I don't want to say decades because that might not be fair, but it feels like decades if it's not actually decades. And this is a fundamental problem with the legislature not giving them the resources up front to do a proper technology upgrade. In order to do a technology upgrade properly and to save money long term, you need to find out exactly what needs to be done so that your new vendors, who quite frankly should probably be Apple or Google at this point, know how can come in and get everything actually done. You know, some of these projects need to go outside of the normal process. And I know we all get scared at that. You know, we're all afraid of corruption and, political favoritism. But it's happening anyway. It's just happening under the table. If we make this process public and we invite the biggest players who already have proven they can do this type of job, we're talking Apple, Google, Amazon, these type of players, to come in and restructure the technology of a department like EDD, that's how we solve this problem. We just do it transparently, completely transparently. It's not actually hard. You go in, you have a discussion every day, you post what happened that day. You turn on a web camera and you have the discussions on Zoom publicly. It's not that hard. People won't like it, but it's not hard. It's complicated, but it's not hard. Ultimately, it will build trust. And trust is what we are severely lacking. And the only way to build trust in either EDD, the DMV, the post office, pick it, is transparency. The political class has squandered the automatic trust the public gave them. And now it's time to earn it back. We do that by making different choices. And when I say we, I mean the voters make different choices. If they're telling you the same type of things, don't expect different. Go to people who are different. Not just willing to tell you things that are different, who are genuinely different, who came from a different place, who built their political career, so to speak, a different way. And that's how we ultimately fix problems like the EDD. Because this is a mindset issue as much as it is a technology issue. And mindset brings us to our final topic of mental and emotional health. 6 months of fear is beginning to take its toll. The public is angry at each other. Events can take on an almost spiritual-like atmosphere. People are scared. Their economic future is uncertain. The political future is uncertain. And many people are facing this for the first time in their lives in any serious way. And then there's those of us who have been dealing with mental or emotional health issues for most of our lives. And while we have the tools at hand to deal with them properly, you can think about those who don't. You can think about those who don't have the family resources, who don't have the friends, who don't have a counselor to fall back on. We spend a lot of money and a lot of effort talking about mental health. We look on the streets and we say, look, we have a serious mental health problem. And we do. But like everything else we seem to not do is we don't do the work at the front end to prevent that medical and mental health issue. The people we see on the streets with mental health issues didn't start on the streets with mental health issues. They started at home with mental health issues, and they didn't have the resources to get help. For $100 a month, you can get a damn good counselor, and you can prevent that. It's $1,200 a year. Is that an investment taxpayers are willing to make? I think it is. How much mental health issues can you prevent by having a simple, clean system? It's not enough to get the homeless off the streets. It's not enough to help those who need mental health aid. We have to prevent it. And there's no cure for that. That's just getting the right people in front of the right resources. And it's not always expensive. It's not the cost that's the problem. It's the focus. It's the desire. We're so worried about having programs and spending money. I don't know how many times I have heard a politician, we spent all this money on this program. Aren't we great? It's failed. Because it's not about the money. It's about where you spend the money. If the money gets eaten up by the bureaucracy and doesn't get to the person who needs it, what good is it? Write a check to the damn counselor and be done with it. There is a better way. Transparency leads to accountability, leads to improvement. We talk about it all the time. We need to change our mindset. And it starts with us. Thank you for your time. Good night. Love everybody.